Hi everyone, this is Renee from Meadowlark Mystic, and I am doing a video catch-up, sharing the decks I've been working with and some of my journal. I had a request by some of my tarot tube friends, and I thought, hey, why not? So this, you can see some of this reading. I saw, let's see, Candy got the Lioness Tarot Oracle, and so I used it for a reading. It was a pretty heavy hitting reading. I got, you can't see it over here, but I got the Death card, the Devil, and the Magician. It was a question about, I guess I could move these over. It was a question about a newly reconnected relationship, somebody that I knew a long time ago. And so these cards were very intense. I didn't really know what to make of it, but I did find it interesting that it said the devil make believe. And then over here it had death, connect, ancestral wisdom. So I think it's interesting how sometimes the tarot can create almost a narrative to read with. And then I also pulled Gendy from my She of Insight Oracle, Tending the Roots. So that made sense. I kind of just started talking, didn't I? Let's see. So I'm just going to put this away while I'm talking to you. So that was an interesting reading, and I've been having well, my practice has been pretty consistent, which I'll show in my journal, but there have been some days that I missed, and I would say usually I miss days when things, either I'm busy out in the world, but usually it has to do with me being overwhelmed. Okay, so what I did want to share is I've shared that I love this deck, but I think I love this guidebook even more. So what I find so helpful, and I think this is true for a lot of tarot guidebooks, that they're good, but I don't know, something about the messages she puts at the end. So for the Two of Wands, the message is take a risk, choose what you really want. The Ace would be bold, daring, and let your inner light shine. It doesn't seem like particularly deep when I'm reading it to you right now, but when I use this guidebook with the deck, it's so wonderful. So I just wanted to share that this deck, on multiple levels, I love it. And I've been using it a lot since May 1st, I would say. Okay, so I'm going to try to share. You know what? I should have pulled the camera back further. Okay, I'm going to try to share my journal. I mean, I've already shared this, but I'm just going to flip through it. So I do collage, this, whatever. This was my collage for April. I don't remember if I shared this. And then my setup is kind of like, whatever. I'm getting more and more. So I used to bring, the ruler out, and then I just got lazy. So then I just started using the dots. But as you can see, I'm not even like staying in the line. So I don't know what I'm doing. So this shows I was pretty consistent with my tarot practice. This is the same as I've had for a long time. This is a full moon reading. This is the Myers-Briggs, and I'm an INFJ if you're interested in learning about that. This is my May setup. And then here's my collage for May, which is a kind of a weird one. There's like multiple vistas. The color scheme is similar, but then this strange kind of, the paper is from the Ghirardelli chocolate caramels I like to eat. Oh, there you can see. it is like iridescent bronze paper, and I don't know why, but I just became convinced that I needed to cut this into little circles and have that as part of my collage. So this is I haven't done today's Beltane, the Flower Moon, big ideas, and that's it. So, you know, there's not that much to share in my my journal, but I thought I would share it. I really do love this collage I did. Very textural. I think I was going for, you know, the crinkly petals, and then the almost crinkly water, and then the grass and the birds in like two different, almost black and white, but not black and white. So that's my journal. Yay, yay, yay. And this is the brand I use. Okay, so I was going to share some books that I've been reading that I've found were really good. This one I finished, Lori Gottlieb, Maybe You Should Talk to Someone. It was very good. She is a therapist who talks about needing a therapist. So that was really good. And then this is an old book, but it's kind of what got the whole inner child thing going. So I was reading this book, Coming Home, Reclaiming and Championing Your Inner Child. I think some of this is now out of date, so, you know, read it with care. I just finished reading this book, 50 After 50, Reframing the Next Chapter of Your Life. This was pretty good. And then I just got this book. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm yelling. I just got this book from the library. It's kind of hard to read it, but it's The Inner Work of Age by Connie Zweig. So I've really been going deeply into the second half of life and how it presents special challenges for people. And Jung actually wrote a lot about the second half of life and how it's important that we do the work of the first half. I think Jung said you create the container in the first half of your life. And then you fill it in the second half of your life. But most of us kind of just get sidetracked, or not sidetracked, but we become too focused on the container. And the container is our identity, our standing in the community, and what we've achieved in our life. But what we fill it with is the meaning that our life makes, the connections that we have with people, and the legacy that we want to leave, you know, to the greater world. So that's where my interest lies, and I just got this book. I wanted to share, I just got, I've been doing a lot of art, and I've shared some of it on Instagram and here. I have been using my children's old art supplies, which sometimes were pretty poor, but I just wanted to use them up. And the oil pastels were pretty poor. So I just got this new set. It is Mungyo Gallery Artist Soft Pastels. It is blowing my mind. The difference between a good, or medium quality oil pastel and a bad, or I guess lower children's quality is a lot. So I thought that I didn't really, I just thought that I wasn't really good at oil pastels and I didn't really like them, but I think I just don't really like bad quality oil pastels. And then I wanted to share some of the art that I've been doing, and I don't even know if it's going to fit in here, and I also can't remember if I already showed this. You know, it's funny, this, it's not going to fit, so you're just going to see some of it. This notebook smells like hairspray because I started spraying the chalk pastels with hairspray, and the hairspray is very perfumey because I didn't have any fixative. Anyway, so these are just pieces that I've been doing. That's all, well, that was mostly gouache. This is gouache. This is oil pastel. This is oil pastel, which is not very good. This is chalk. It's on sideways. I don't want to turn it around because I'm too lazy. This is oil pastel. You know, I did this piece while I was watching Kiki's delivery service. And this is gouache. This is a parka that I walk at. Markers. This is a poem. This is just super fast markers. Chalk pastel. I don't think I sprayed this one because I didn't think it was that good. Chalk pastel, have not sprayed this one. I do like this one, but I didn't spray it yet. This is gouache. This is all over the place. Pen and ink and a bunch of other things. Yeah, trying to turn the page. This is oil pastel. I really like this piece. This piece worked out well. Oil pastels as well. This is the new oil pastels, and this was when I was like, wow, that's really different. This is an art piece that I did. This one is the one that really smells because I sprayed it with hairspray. This is chalk yes, chalk. And then this one, which you cannot see the bottom of it, I will move it up, is gouache. Ding. Okay, so that's all. Oh no, there's this one too. Sorry, this is a markers. Sometimes I like to do markers to try to keep myself from getting too tight. I have a tendency to overthink things. I was one of those kids where when I learned how to write, I would press super hard onto the paper, like super hard. Yeah, I needed to learn to lift up a little bit. Okay, so this is oil pastel. This book is mostly faces. I kind of got obsessed with faces. This is the place where I go walk. This is just a mess. This is a cat. This is from Sandy Hester. She's on here on YouTube. And this is kind of a study of a cat she did. This is from a dream. This is a really nice chalk pastel I did. Did I spray this? Yes, I tried to spray this. This one is a chalk pastel, and I really like this one too. I sprayed this as well. I think I sprayed this. This is chalk pastel, which it's pretty hard to get. Anyway, I thought this was pretty good. This is just markers. This is self-explanatory. These are some I find flowers tricky, difficult to do, but challenging, whatever. This is bad flowers. This is just a study, blah, blah, blah. La 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 la. That's the same woman I keep drawing over and over again. Markers. Gouache. Just whatever. This is a bunch of different media. Pen and ink and watercolor gouache. This is just watercolor. Markers, gouache. Oh, I guess this, I just told you this one was full of faces, but that is a different notebook, so I don't have that. Okay, so I said that I've been using the Lioness Oracle and Tarot. And I also was using the Animal Wisdom Tarot. Oh, and I just got this as a gift. Not just, I think it was the end of last month. It's the Efflorescent. I always mess that name up. Efflorescent Tarot. In this bag she made. It's out of print. I missed it. So she trimmed this deck, and I would just like us all to take a moment and appreciate that trim. Look at that trim. Like, it's amazing how good this trim is. Every time I pick this up, I'm like, she could professionally trim decks. And I'm purposefully not telling you who it is because I know she does not want to do that. But I'm so grateful for this deck. This deck is like the Hughes Tarot and the Hughes, what is that? Oh no, I'm totally spacing out on the name. Anyway, I really like this deck. It's one of those 70s decks. Why am I spacing out on the name? So nobody in this deck is smiling. And nobody in the Hughes Tarot is smiling. But there's a dreamy, when I say dreamy, I don't mean like tra-la-la-la-la, but like look, there's hands down there. Like dream/nightmare quality to this deck. You know, their hands are very claw-like and a little too long, which I really like. I like how this deck is strange, but very beautiful. It's compelling. And so I was using this deck quite a bit. Like, look at the hands. They almost look like frog feet or a wing of a bird. Yeah, I really like this Temperance card a lot. I love the expression. So, just thought I'd share this. Ah, the Three of Swords. Yes, there it is. But it almost looks like her hair is turning into roots. I've been gardening a lot because I live in Ohio now, and spring I think is actually here now. And so I've been planting a lot of evergreens. This was my first winter in the Midwest, and wow, it was very intense. I like this Page of Cups because the fish is in a little fish bowl, which is like kind of respectful of the fish instead of keeping it in this cup, and the cup has flowers in it. So the reason I'm planting evergreens is because the winter in the Midwest is long, very dark, very cold. And evergreens, I think, help anchor you to the knowledge that, yes, spring will come again, even though everything looks dead. I do find snow really beautiful. Wow, this is an intense 10 of Swords. You know, this person is like completely impaled, and there's like this little river of blood down here. But they're standing up. And their face, they don't even look pained. It's almost like they've just resigned themselves to accepting this pain and letting it go, which I think we all need to do when we're confronted with the 10 of Swords. So yes, evergreens I think are really important in this landscape, just to kind of remind yourself that, you know, green is going to come again. And I think they look pretty when they have snow on them. So I've planted a lot of evergreens, and then 3 fruit trees. I'm probably going to do some gardening videos for the one person in my life who loves to see gardening videos. But you know, you really only need one person, right? You only need one person to care and to watch your videos for them to make a difference in the world. I like this a lot, this too. Because often the Two of Pentacles, it almost seems like the person is, I don't know, I kind of get a little like seasick vibe sometimes when I look at the Two of Pentacles, and this person seems almost like they're holding the that energy steady, which I like. I love this devil. Love it. This is a really beautiful Lover's card too. There's something, yeah, their expression is interesting. La 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 la. I haven't really used that many different, this is a really cool death card. Different decks, but these are my cards. I can't remember if I showed these, but so I'll just show them again. These are my cards for Since Beltane. So we have the Blackbird, and I have the keyword of enchantment on there, and then the Fern, Magic, and Invisibility. And then also these two are the other ones. So the 9, Stone 9, and Illusion, Transformation, Enchantment, Boundary. Number 15 is the Mists of Avalon. So I really love this deck, the Mists of Avalon deck, and I think it goes really well for my year ahead spread with the Arthurian, and that's actually one of the reasons I have 2 copies of the Arthurian. This is the old edition with the woman on the backs, because I use some of it on my altar during the year, and so the deck is incomplete. And I'm also still doing the Arthurian course. I think I'm on year 3 that I've been trying to finish it, but I will finish it. I am determined to finish it. It'll just take me a while. What else? I think that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.